This is That Dope. My name is Brain Rapp, as my last name suggests. I am a rapper. I come from Columbia, Maryland, and I'm all over the place. But I'm a dope local. My quote to live by is by my favorite rapper, that's Andre 3000 from Outkast's song Millennium, and it's "Life Never Lived Up to My Expectations," which is one of my favorite quotes because of just how real it is. I think as you get older, there's a lot of disappointment out there, but as a kid you got Disney movies and things, and your parents are like, yeah, everything's gonna be the best in life, and then you kind of realize you're like, that's pretty good, but there's always some room for improvement. So I just like that quote because it's very humbling. The way I would describe myself in one word is probably variety. I think variety is good because I give people a lot of different things in my music. I don't want to be tied down to any one thing, put inside of one box. I mean, if you're gonna put me in a box, it's gonna be like nice, good rapper box, that's perfectly fine for me. But how my friends would describe me, my closest friend would describe me. A friend would describe me as chill, a close friend, and they're like, hey, what's Brain Rapp like? It's pretty chill, nice guy. No, not sure. How my mom would describe me, one word, I feel like I'm her son, so awesome, charming. I'm not really sure how she would describe me, but I think awesome. My mom was pretty proud of me. I know she loves me. Shout out to you, Mom. Thank you for that. Maybe she has some other words, but I think we would go with awesome. Right. The first thing that came to my mind was I never leap before looking. But there's definitely one song in which I say the opposite, so maybe not to contradict myself, shall I say that, but that's what came to mind. My friends would have my back. I would have many of people that would be down to fight for me if need be, but we stick clear of drama for sure. Studied, I didn't bring a notebook, I didn't read the syllabus. I got it. Nobody told me that making songs was gonna be that hard, but rapping would be that easy. It's easy to rhyme words together. That's technically rapping. It is a whole nother ball game to try to write a song and, say something beyond just rhyming words together. I mean, everybody can at least come up with some kind of simple cat in the hat rhyme, but how do you apply that to a larger picture? I can find something that I like about somebody's music, and I mean, it could be an energy, it could be one line, and I'll just be like, okay, I don't like any of this, but I have to hold on to this line so I can tell them, all right, I like that, I didn't like this, I like that, but I usually find something enjoyable in almost everything I listen to. You can always use the scapegoat and be like, oh yeah, that beat was really hard, which says nothing about them or what they did with the beat, but hopefully maybe they produced the beat and that's what their major strength is, Or I just try to be like, yeah, you know, I like that. And the way that you put criticism on something is, you know, really depends on how you say it. You don't want to offend people and be like, oh, you know, what I'd really like to hear from you on another track was this. I mean, if I feel like I'm in a position to, you know, give somebody advice, then I'll certainly, you know, say at least what I think. You know, it's my opinion. Take it for what it is. Leave it. But you know, if you're gonna ask my opinion, I'll usually be truthful and tell you. I mean, I'm not gonna come out there and be like, nah, I hated it. You should give up your rap career, because you never know where people are gonna be with a little bit of effort, or a lot of bit of effort and a lot of time under their belt. I mean, that person next year could be completely different. I'm like, well, you know, obviously they've been working. So, you know, everybody starts somewhere. I always think about that. Astronaut or stripper? Man, I don't know what's scarier, going to space or like having to dance in front of a lot of people, like seriously, for money. Because I'll go to the bar, I might have a couple drinks, you know, we can hang out on the dance floor, I can keep up, but you know, I keep my feet pretty still. But as far as you know, being an astronaut goes, that's tough work. Both of those are hard jobs too. Very physically demanding. I'm not an athlete by any means. But I guess if I had to pick one, I feel like I'd be an astronaut, just because I feel like zero gravity would be pretty cool. Or like seeing the Earth from space. Like, that would be cool. That's something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think that really anybody really wants to see me on a stage in less than what I have on. So. And I personally do not want to see a bunch of people from a stage looking at me in any kind of way other than, like, you know, when I perform and they're like, hey, good rapping. So, astronaut. I would be an astronaut before I'd be a stripper, and I think the world would be a better place for that. Watched a lot of Full House when I was growing up, which is actually a dope show. Full House is a very cool show. That show was kind of a lot like my childhood and not like my childhood, all in the same show. If I can find a second show, I won't say that, but I think that this might serve for both purposes. You know, Full House was kind of a crazy dynamic. My childhood and middle school and high school years were very kind of chaotic. You know, I had a stepfather for some time, and then he kind of went away, and you know, I had stepbrothers and sisters who were in the family, and now they're not a part of my family. It was very, very weird and kind of fluid. You know, I bounced back and forth a lot between two houses, you know, pretty much my entire life. So that it was kind of like that like chaoticness of that house, but it wasn't like my life, because a lot of, you know, it's a TV show, so it's like it's really happy. Everything has a happy ending, and there were times that certainly weren't always a happy ending. First would probably be smoking weed, which I had the first lovely experience of at the age of 13, and then shortly thereafter, when I was 14, losing my virginity, which, kids at home, wait a couple years. That is my advice to you. You have the rest of your life to do those things. Maybe just chill. That's the adult Brian speaking to whatever youth might be watching this. But those are two things that adults should probably be doing, or maybe just older teenagers. Dream director was the dude who used to do like DMX's videos. Was it Lil X?
Yeah.
Lil X. Because I want to do a song where I have crazy like dogs barking. Like, I want like a DMX video. I think that would be dope. I don't know why. I always like those videos. Or like whoever did like P. Diddy's videos back in like his heyday with just crazy over the top. Like, I want helicopter chases, and like I want a movie in a video. like that's what I want. Whoever will give me that. I also am a big fan of the work of Jason Goldwatch. He does a lot of type videos, so whenever you guys want to come get me, I'm ready. Let's shoot over the top video. Producer, I really like to work with Ninth Wonder. I've met him 2 times. I've given him my CD 2 times. Ninth Wonder, if you ever see this, let's work on something, because he's super dope. Big fan of his work. He's an incredibly nice guy. Every time I've seen him, I'm just like, hey man, remember me? And he's like, yeah. He's like, how do you keep finding me? Because the first time I met him was down in Atlanta. The second time I met him was in DC. And I'm just like, he's probably, like, I'm not a stalker or anything, it just happened to be those 2 times. But one more, that's what they say, 3rd time is a charm. And I'm gonna see him and I'll be like, remember me? Now you have to. I love to be actually on an Outkast. I'm a huge Outkast fan. I mean, I love them both individually, but together, they're just something awesome. And I don't know, like, to break into that, you have to be really dope because, like, they're perfectly balanced with each other. But I would love to do a song with either one of them or both of them. Would be super cool. This first picture is a picture of me shot at my most recent show, the 8x10 in Baltimore. Actually, you can see in the picture, I have a blanket on. It's dark, actually, because I put it in black and white. But I came out on stage with a blanket on and did my song Wake Up. That's actually what I came out to. I had my DJ, Nature Boy, call me out and they'd be like, hey, where's Brain Rapp? Have you seen him? I think he's sleeping. And like, Brain Rapp, wake up. And like, I was chilling backstage with the, just hanging out back there. I came out with a blanket on, just put it over my head like this, and I did the first verse like with a blanket on, just to switch things up. I felt like a little bit like a superhero, but no, I was just wearing a blanket for effect to, I don't know, do something different. Sometimes you gotta switch it up. So this picture is a picture of my lovely girlfriend, Kirby, at a sex museum in Amsterdam. And they had this penis, like a giant dick sculpture. They have 2 of them, and then they had these chairs in between them. And if you sit on the middle chair for like, I don't know if it's long enough, it's a pressure sensitive, it did something to you, like starts to vibrate or like has some like box under it that like goes like that and kind of hits you in the ass. I'm not really sure, but people were doing it and laughing, and so I had to take a picture of her, sitting on the big dick sculpture. So that was a fun time. If you ever get a chance, if you're in Amsterdam, if you could make your way out of a coffee shop for long enough, go to the sex museum. It's a lot of fun. This is a good picture. This is me and my family at Christmas last year with our bellies out. This is my brother, my oldest brother on the right, or my older brother. He's 9 years older than me. And then my sister on the left is actually not pushing out her stomach, she's pregnant. And it was just a kind of fun picture, because now we have a little niece in the family and she's beautiful. Shout out to Eloise. One day you'll learn what shout out means, and then that'll have more impact on your life. Oh yeah, this is my favorite. So this is a cat painting that my girlfriend, Kirby again, did for me last Christmas as well. And she just bust out this crazy cat painting. She's very, very good at art, doesn't do it enough. I always encourage her to do more. But the funniest thing about it was that people kept looking at it and they'll be like, oh, that looks like you. And she was like, yeah, it does, because she didn't make it with the intention to look like me, but maybe just in some way, shape, or form, like, she's thinking about me, she was making it for me, and then it just so happens that something about the cat looks like me. But it's such a dope photo. Is when I had the norovirus last year, and I took it at like 5 in the morning after throwing up for a while. And I was really, really sick, and I was just laying on the bathroom floor, because for whatever reason, laying on the bathroom floor just makes me feel better. It just calms my stomach. I always did that as a kid. So that was my view for a couple hours that day until I could get back to my room. Oh, good one, good one. When I was in senior week, or at senior week in Ocean City, I was 17 at the time, and there was this craziness, you know how it is when you're 17 and everybody's drunk. Some people got in a fight, had nothing to do with me. I was just at the party. I went outside because me and my boy got into it. He was like one of my best friends. You know, we're out here just squashing. We end up like giving each other hugs and being drunk together, like. And we're coming back inside, and you know, a couple knuckleheads came to settle the score for one of their friends who got hurt at the party. It, again, had nothing to do with either one of us. And that was really the last thing I remember. They were going up a flight of stairs. I was up kind of near the top, and these people like walked past me, and I was like, yo, you can't go in there. And the next thing I realized, I was waking up on the ground, yelling at people. And nobody was there, of course. I had to get reconstructive surgery on 3 different places in my face. You know, I learned a lot from that. You know, you're not invincible. Even when you're a teenager, you can. I came pretty close to having a much worse situation going on, and I got very lucky. So I'm blessed. So they were having a big Halloween show, and I, as jokingly, thought it would be really funny to dress as Eminem from 8 Mile. This wasn't part of my costume, but somebody did it for me. It says, hello, my name is, and then it says, be Rapp on it. And that was just like a really fun way to kick off the show, you know, coming out dressed like that, because everybody's automatically gonna be that, be like, oh, it's a white guy rapping, it's Eminem, you know, who is it? You know, it doesn't matter who I am. You know, it was pretty funny, and I closed out the show doing, this long freestyle I had over Shook Ones, and I was like, everybody in NYC, put your motherfucking hands up and follow me, like just how M did at the during 8 Mile. This is a good one. This is a drawing of some angry-looking fellow that I did in probably middle school. You know, I always, the first thing I ever wanted to be as a kid was a cartoonist. I love cartoons. To this day, I love cartoons. I prefer them over mostly anything else. But I wanted to be a cartoonist. My brother and sister are both very good artists, so I kind of wanted to be like them. This is still on the wall at my parents' house to this day, and I don't know why. Like, all right, well, you know, I bought a big sheet. I bought all this paint. She was like, let's do it. I was like, all right, guess we're gonna be body painting tonight. And so that's what happened. I think she still has it somewhere. It's not like we did anything cool. Like, it just kind of looks like, most of it's brown because all the colors kind of blended together, and it's just like, all right, that was fun. If you ever have the opportunity, why not? It's a fun thing to do with. It doesn't even have to be your girlfriend. It could just be a friend. We got here. Bust the ill freestyle. That's what I need to do. I'm earning stripes like this Adidas shoe. Yeah, it rocks like these rocks in the last corner. I'm coming out the ring, knock them out. I had to warn you, cause cooler than a blizzard. Yeah, it's really cold, but I might get some warm shit from my stomach at Ben's Chili Bowl. I got a lot of class, word to my alma mater. I'm eating real good, you dudes looking like cannon fodder. I'm cold as ice, but I'm still flowing like water. That's quite the contradiction. I hit him in the face with a left hook with every composition. Yeah, I got that ill shit, you really want to listen. These is certainly my favorite. I think I know what it is. I just wanted to make sure I had the whole thing in, but it definitely have to be Cocoa Puffs. else. Because once you put the milk in here, this milk is some of the best chocolate milk that you're ever gonna get. So I'm gonna do it where you can see it. Oh, actually, I'm gonna put it on the side just because. That's a B and an R. Probably, I'm working on the signature, but that's as close. That's pretty much as close as it's gonna get right now. There's no do-overs with the Sharpie. Brain Rapp, that's brain like what you think with R-A, 2 P's. You can find me pretty much everywhere under Brain Rapp. I got brainrapp.com. Brain Rapp is my SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter, yada yada yada. You know, my most recent project is called Feels Good. You can find that everywhere: Spotify, iTunes. It's free on SoundCloud, Bandcamp. You know, you can donate some money to me. You can pay for it if you really like it. You know, support art. It wasn't cheap or free to make it, so I would appreciate that. But if not, it's all good. I understand. And the next thing I got coming up, I'm working really hard on a project with my DJ and one of my best friends, producer, Nature Boy.